Morning. This is the fifth part of History, Lesson 1, The Rise of Nationalism in Europe. As we already know, that this chapter is divided into different parts, in which earlier we learn about how nationalism evolved with the help of French Revolution, then after that role of Napoleon and how revolution spread in Europe, then the structure of society in Europe, in which society was divided between the aristocracy, the peasantry, and the new middle class. In the previous part, we learn about the revolutionaries, about Giuseppe Mazzini and his contribution in the nationalism in Europe. Now, in this part, we are going to learn about the age of revolutions from 1830 to 1848. And after this, we come to know how revolutions was started in Europe. But before we start this topic, let us revise incidents that had already took place till the year 1830. So in the year 1789, French Revolution took place and democratic form of government was formed. In 1804, emergence of Napoleon and Napoleon Civil Code. So from 1804 to 1815, this period was known as Napoleon era. In 1815, Napoleon was defeated by the European powers in the War of Waterloo. So after this defeat, conservatives took over the power and they ruled from 1815 to 1830. So we can say that 1815 to 1830, it was the era of conservatives. And 1830 to 1848, it was the age of revolutions which we read today. So let us come to the topic, the age of revolutions from 1830 to 1848. This movement was led by the liberal nationalists belonging to the educated middle class elites like the professors, school teachers, clerks and the member of commercial middle class. The first upheaval in France was in July 1830. Bourbon dynasty, which was restored in 1815 during the conservatives' reaction, it was overthrown by the liberal nationalists and they installed constitutional monarchy with Louis Philippe at its head. Constitutional monarchy means the power of king was limited. Metternich once remarked, when France sneezes, rest of Europe catches cold, which means that the revolutions which was first started in France now spread in other European countries too. So let us begin with the first country or the example of first country, Belgium. As you can see in the map, it is in the north of France. Earlier, Belgium was the part of United Kingdom of Netherlands, and in July 1830, on the demands of Belgian people, it was breaking away from the United Kingdom of Netherlands and become independent. So, Belgium, it was inspired by the French Revolution. Now, the second part, it is the example of Greece. As you can see in the map, Greece is a country near Italy and it is on the border of Europe and Asia, where Europe is dominated by the Christian religion and Asia by Islam religion. And Greece is in between these two religions. So in 1821, the significant event mobilized nationalist feelings among the educated middle class in Europe, and this was the Greek War of Independence. The Greeks struggled against the autocratic Ottoman Muslim Empire. They got support from Western European poets and artists who lauded Greece as the cradle of European civilization and mobilized public opinion to support this struggle. English poet Lord Byron, he organized funds and later went to fight in war, where he died of fever in the year 1824. Treaty of Constantinople. It was signed in 1832, and this treaty recognized Greece as an independent nation. Now, Greece was not under the Ottoman Empire, and like this, we can see that the revolution, which was first started in France, then in Greece, then in Belgium, and like this, in other nations, two people raised their voice against the conservatives. That is why we called it the Age of Revolutions. Now, our next topic is the romantic imagination and national feeling. In this, we learn about the meaning of romanticism and the theory of thinkers with the help of some examples. Now, romanticism, it is a concept which helps in making the feeling of nationalism more strong. Let us understand this more clearly. In the 19th century, art, literature, and the culture, they helped in installing the feeling of nationalism and also infusing the idea of nation. During this time, artists, poets, and writers, they made efforts to create a sense of shared collective heritage, a common cultural past as the basis of nation. Now, Romanticism or Romantic era. It was an artistic, literary, musical, and intellectual movement that originated in Europe towards the end of 18th and early 19th century, and that emphasized on imagination and emotions. The Romantic artists who follow the ideology of Romanticism, they criticized or opposed the glorification of reason in science and focused instead on emotions and intuitions through music, painting, art, and stories. Let us better understand this with the help of two examples where, with the help of art, music, dance, painting, and stories, the feeling of nationalist become strong and also successful. The feeling of nationalist becomes strong with the use of folk song, folk dance, and folk poetry. So have a look on first example. German romantic philosopher John Gottfried Herder. He stressed that true German culture could be found in folklore and folk art, which laid with the common people, das Volk. In Poland, feeling of nationalist kept alive through music and language. And its example is Karol Kurpinski, who used operas and music, turning folk dances like the Polonaise and Mazurka into nationalist symbols. Now, the third example is of language. With the help of languages, too, the nationalist feeling become strong. At the time of Vienna Congress, and the treaty signed over there, some part of the Poland at that time was also given to the Russia. So on that part of Russia or that part of Poland, Russia imposed Russian language on the citizens of Poland. Russian language was forcefully used in schools, colleges, churches, etc. And if anyone refused the use of Russian language, Then they were punished by the Russian authority. Finally, people used their native language, that is, Polish language, in protest against the Russian dominance. So, seeing the importance of Romanticism, finally we conclude that the development of nationalism did not come about only through wars and territorial expansion, but with also Romanticism. Now, the questions formed in this part are: first is, explain the Greek War of Independence. Second question, culture played an important role in creating the idea of nation in Europe. Support this statement with the help of three examples. So that's all for this topic. Thank you.